Hi everyone, myself Arindam and I'm a legal intern at Lexis & Company, and today we'll be discussing on the topic of decree, and we'll get a brief on the difference of preliminary decree to the final decree. We'll discuss about abbreviation. We'll also discuss about the 3 points or the 3 basic points where that is where preliminary decree is differentiated with final decree, and we'll also support each of the points with an illustration. So without further ado, let's get started. So what is the decree? If we simply put, a decree is the final decision given by the court after determining the rights of the parties in a dispute. However, in certain situations, the court cannot give its final decision without conclusively determining the rights of the parties on a particular issue. The rights so determined from the preliminary decree which are conclusive in nature. In that limited sense, preliminary decree is final, which are conclusive in nature. In that limited sense, a preliminary decree is final so far as the rights are concerned. The court that makes the further inquiry to settle all the issues and gives its final decision is known as a final decree. To understand this better, let's take an example of a family consisting of 4 members, A, B, C and D, who jointly owns 4 properties. They go to the court asking for partition. In this case, it is impossible for the court to divide the property without first determining the shares of each member. Therefore, this court must pass a preliminary decree that conclusively decides the share, that is the rights of the parties in the property. After this division or the decree is passed, the court further inquiries and passes the final decree. After final decree affecting the actual partition of division of the properties in accordance with the preliminary decree. As the declaration of the rights or of shares is only the first stage in a suit for partition, a preliminary decree does not have the effect of disposing the suit. The suit continues to be pending unless division takes place. So the distinctive features. This particular decrees talks about 2 types of decrees, that is preliminary and final. So 3 main features of a preliminary decree which differentiates this from a final ones are: the first is the appealability, the second is that a preliminary decree cannot be executed, and the final one is that passing of a second preliminary decree. So let's get started with the first one, the appealability. As per the law, if you are not happy with the decision of the court, you may approach the higher courts asking it to reconsider the decision of the lower courts. However, the law provides for the specific provisions for going into the higher courts in case of a preliminary decree. The catch here is that you only have time till the court passes the final decree. Therefore, your right to go to the higher court ends once the final decree is passed. Preliminary decree cannot be executed. Execution means quite simply the process for enforcing or giving effect to the judgment of the court. It is worth nothing that what is executable is a final decree and not preliminary unless the latter becomes a part of the final decree. Now, passing of a second preliminary decree. Change in circumstances. So, if there is a change in circumstances, the final decree is always required to be in conformity with the preliminary decree. But that does not mean that the preliminary decree cannot be altered by the court before the final decree is passed. Such an alteration is justified in the event of changed circumstances. Now, when there is a case of a change in law, a preliminary decree can be varied if the law affecting the parties change before the passing of a final decree. The court must take into consideration the amendments or the amended laws and pass a second preliminary decree accordingly. Now we will finally dive into the abbreviation. So it is now clear that an appeal against a preliminary decree can only be filed before the passing of a final decree. However, there has been an instance where the Allahabad court was of the opinion that passing of a final decree shall not be a bar to the intimation or the initiation of an appeal against the preliminary decree. As of date, the decision of Allahabad High Court has not been overruled by the Supreme Court decision, and hence various other courts in the country might choose to follow the same approach. And also, since this is a decision by the High Court of Allahabad, all the lower courts in the state of Uttar Pradesh are bound to follow the same. Such an interpretation leads to a deviation from the general rule, diluting the laws that provide for this rule. Now, this was all about today's video. And in view of the above points, I guess you would have learned that it can be seen that between the passing of a preliminary decree and a final decree, there is a lot of scope for the preliminary decree to be changed, either through an appeal or change in circumstances or change in law. Hence, there can be a lot of a delay of passing a final decree. How? Let's say a situation where a preliminary decree has been passed and then there is a change in circumstances. Example, death of a person or death of one of the parties. This would lead to the modification of the initial preliminary decree and passing of a second one. Now, let's say there is a change in law after the passing of a second preliminary decree. Can a third preliminary decree be passed? There is no provision in law that provides or prohibits this. Just as there is no provision for passing a second preliminary decree, they were assuming that a third preliminary decree may be passed. This leads to the delaying of the passing of a final decree. So this was all about a decree and the difference between the three main basic points that creates the difference between preliminary and final decree. Thank you for watching Lex Click. Please do subscribe to our channel.